Guys, deluded. I'm back again. I'm not gonna keep you guys long. Bro, every player in this club can be sold down, man. I can't lie. Like, you guys, we all have favourites at football clubs. I mean, you guys know mine. I got a soft spot for Jack Wilshere. I got a soft spot for Mesut Ozil. But I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care anymore, man. We're signing players that are top class or whatever you want to look at them in Lacazette and Aubameyang. We don't know how to use them properly. They're losing their source. We're bringing through players through our academy for no reason, and they're just slipping through our hands, really. Whether it's Chris Willock letting his contract run down, whether it's selling Gnabry for pennies, Daniel Malin, several other examples, etc., etc., down to Rob Holding. It doesn't matter, regardless of what we think of these players, whether it's the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's been with us for years, and then selling them and things like that. We're not replacing players that need to be replaced. We're not doing anything, man. So at this moment in time, there's no point signing young players. There's no point signing hard players. At this moment in time, I'm actually not selling anyone. Like, there's not a player in that side I look at, and there's not a fit. There's not a price for you. Like, there's even Ozil. Ozil, if we get our feedback, that we played Madrid, I can't lie, man. I don't care anymore. Like, I really don't care about any of these players no more. Like, we've known for years it's hard to watch Arsenal, but like, it's really hitting boiling point now. Like, it's really getting too far now, and it's only going to get worse. Like, I don't know how it gets worse from 6th or 7th. Fans of other clubs will look at Arsenal fans and think you're a bit spoiled, because yes, it can. And when anything can happen, it probably will. We paid for the lax approach at this football club. We paid for the lax approach. Wenger, you're making selfish decisions. Once upon a time, and to a degree, I still believe you love the club and things like that. But then I realised you're a selfish individual. You're extremely selfish. Anyone, for several reasons, if you really were doing the right thing for Arsenal, you would have signed a defensive mid, a striker, and all of these other positions that are needed. You wouldn't have persisted. Monreal's been in good form, but you wouldn't have persisted with the likes of Monreal, forcing him into the side at centre half and at left back. Any other manager wouldn't do that. I'm not getting at Monreal, but let's be honest, man wouldn't do that. You could say Azpilicueta, but you get the point. Giroud, for many years, while you can recognise he could offer something to the squad, he weren't good enough to lead the side. You were making these personal and selfish decisions. The best decision would have been to for Arsenal, for example, back then, as well as Giroud, let's have a striker that can actually lead the side, and Giroud can play his part. You chose Giroud. You chose just to give faith to Giroud. You've chose over Coquelin for many years, for example. You've made selfish decisions. It's not been in the best interest of Arsenal's football club. It's been in the best interest of Arsenal's football club. Like, all these decisions have been in Arsenal. Xhaka will no doubt get scapegoated, and rightly so. I can't defend him. He was crap yesterday. But was he as any better or any worse than any of the midfield players? No, they were equally as crap. In fact, the other midfield options in that midfield actually had less touches than Xhaka. So, to a degree, Xhaka's being used differently, and Xhaka's being judged on principles he's not about. But he's equally as crap. Like, what's going on? Like, you're being selfish to constantly play a man, not to take him out of the starting lineup. If you think he's vital to the team playing and things, then fair enough. But there's just several selfish decisions. Like, selfish to sign a new contract, to see you're not the man. Like, I admire your persistence and all of these things that Wenger has in life, you know, because away from a football pitch, if we had as much persistence to get our goals as Wenger has to believe he can still win the league title, then we'd all achieve our goals. But there comes humble pie in knowing that you're not the guy. Like, not to compare you to a biblical figure, and I'm not trying to knock any religions and any things like that, but Moses didn't see the promised land. Like, he took the Israelites there. Like, he got them there after walking for how many miles and things there. He got them there. He never saw the paradise, but he can take pride knowing that you should have stepped down after the first FA Cup win. Calm, you won 2 more, but you should have stepped down. I told you guys in a previous video in my early days, I really thought he would have stepped down then. So you deserved it. People said you wouldn't leave Arsenal how Ferguson left Man United, and I probably might have been guilty of saying that to my friends as well. But when you look at the balance of things, have they really, even if as crap as Arsenal are and as joke as United are they really in any worse state? Yes, they're not. Both sides clearly, from when they both were in their peak, both clubs are not as competitive. But Ferguson grew United, and Arsene Wenger grew Arsenal. So regardless of it not being how they both would have wanted to leave it, can I really say it's fair to say they made the club decline or didn't leave it in a good state? I'm not sure. It could have been left in a better state. But yeah, I guess the balance in me isn't allowing me to, is the anger's flowing out now. But other than that, you've made selfish decisions. Like, selfish. If you was at any other club, you would have been fired by now, and you know that. Okay, cool, you can say if you was at any other club and you won 3 FA Cups in how many years, you might not have been. But there would have been real scrutiny. You would have been forced to achieve on a sporting front. And I know I sound like a hypocrite having just praised cup runs, but you would have been forced to go for the jugular and these things, the champs and the Prem and that. You said you rejected the biggest clubs in the world in Madrid and all of these things, and all of that's true because of your principles. But do you think you're going to last at Madrid? After Zidane's won two back-to-back champs and he's lost a couple games and they get ready to get rid of him, do you think you're going to last at PSG, where there's even talks of getting rid of their coach? Do you really think